Alright guys, so yesterday I saw a friend and I showed him all the projects that I've been working on in the last week. And I realised that I'd been really busy and I had a lot of projects, and seeing that this week I had no projects finished to show you, I thought how about I show you all the projects that I haven't finished. They're all pretty awesome, so let's crack right into this awesome Ultra RC video. So seeing that I finished 3D printing my big Bobcat, I thought, well, let's print the little Bobcat from Thingiverse. So I printed this thing off, it's nearly finished. I just got to fit the receiver inside, as you can see, but this thing's pretty awesome, and there'll be more on that later. And this here is the Tamiya Frog. I got the spare gear that I needed for the back, and I fixed it up, so this is now working. This here is a LiPo battery checker. You plug it into your battery and it tells you the voltage so you don't flatten your battery. And if you plug it in, it'll beep when it gets below a certain level that you can set with the button on the top. Now the thing is, when you want to use this in a remote control car or something, there's no way of really attaching it. So what I did is I designed this little compartment here that the battery checker plugs into, like this, and then you can screw it on to any remote control car that you want. I put it on my SCX-10 here. You can see I got this battery compartment I also designed. You can download this from Thingiverse. Same with the waterproof receiver box on the back here. I'll put links in the description. And now I can drive my car along. When it gets flat, this will beep at me and I know I can change the battery. It's super awesome. This here is my Eachine Tyro 99. It's an FPV drone. It's pretty cool. I built it from a kit a long time ago, but unfortunately the plug on the ESC got ripped off and you can't really attach it back together. So I've installed a new ESC, and the problem with this is you can't really record your flight. It's just a live feed and you can't really replay it. And because my goggles can't record DVR, I thought, how about I put this little RunCam module in here. I can record it onto an SD card. It's not going to be that great footage, but at least you have the footage. And if you want to see how good this quality is, there'll be a video on that soon, so stay tuned for that. I was looking on Thingiverse for a good project and I found the files for an RC paramotor. So I've started printing them off. It's going to be pretty awesome. I got the sail here from Hobby King. Big sail, it's 2.4 meters. That'll plug in. Obviously it's not really finished yet, this project, but I've started it and it's pretty awesome, so stay tuned for that. This here is the awesome 3D printed RC Messerschmitt that has a tendency to crashing. Let me show you what I mean. It's 100% not its fault that it crashed 5 times in this video so far. It's totally fine. It's just a fuselage that's keep destroyed RC Messerschmitt. Sponsored by glue, no joke. So anyway, I fixed this thing up. I didn't 3D print the front section, I just stuck this tin can on here just to see if it would work. I don't think this will fly, but I thought, why not try one more time before I take the electronics out and put it in the next project I'm going to show you now. Alright, so this here is the Q Trainer from 3D Lab Print. At least, this is all the pieces you need to put it together. When that 3D printed Messerschmitt crashes, I'm going to take the electronics out and put it into this, and because this is a trainer, it should be easy to fly and I won't crash it at all. So this here is something I built a long time ago. It started to be a remote control tractor, and the cool thing is it was powered by continuous rotation servos in the rear. And the cool thing about continuous rotation servos is you don't need a speed controller because you can just plug it into the receiver. Now this thing is not really ideal, and I'm going to start again with the 3D printed technology. I think what's going to happen is the rear will be just sort of both driven and then the front will steer, because I'm printing a front steering part now that I designed, and hopefully that can be used in lots of different projects. Because the cool thing about having a sort of 2-wheel drive vehicle is you can sort of just chop it off and put a different steering section on the front. And that's what I did with this here. This has got a 10th scale ECX amp rear half and an 18th scale mini buggy thing on the front. So the cool thing about this is it goes super fast. It's really different to drive. I put little shocks on the back so it's not too high, and I turned this around so normally it'd be driving that way, but this is a fun project to do. And the cool thing is, because this is two-wheel drive, you can make this any length you want, which is good for a dragster. I did do that before with the ECX amp, so this is the front half of the ECX amp, and I stuck the rear on here. I thought it would be cool to finish this thing off because I've got all these continuous rotation servos that I used for that digger that I made a while ago. Alright, so on my bench is this super awesome thing I made. It's a remote control Tolga truck that I converted, got 4 continuous rotation servos, and I thought it would be pretty cool to use them in something instead of just having them sitting around in this. So I'm going to 3D print something and it's going to be awesome. This here is a little model of a Mini Cooper. It's pretty cool. The boot opens, the front opens, the door opens, right? It's pretty cool. Very scale, realistic model, but the thing is it's not remote control, so it's pretty boring because it doesn't do anything. This here is a WPL, and this does drive. It has little axles, so they're going to fit on this. Let's just do a bit of a smash together, and then we'll have a remote control Mini Cooper and a pile of pieces from a WPL. It's going to be pretty awesome. Hopefully that'll work. I might have to 3D print some stuff, but remote control Mini Cooper that looks pretty awesome with an opening boot. What more could you want? So this here is my ANET A8, and I've been upgrading it to the Ramps 1.4 board. You can see it's a big mess because it's a bit complicated and it's not quite working just yet. But when this is working, it's going to be printing much better, so that's going to be awesome. And seeing that we're out here, I just thought I'd show you the other 3D printer. So this here is the dog kennel. You can see we've got the extension cord there, but if we go inside, here's the printer. We'll get a light switch just here. We can just whip that on and we can see nice and clearly. It's working pretty hard. It's made a bit of a mess there. And up here there's lots of spare filament, and it's not all orange. I mean, it's mostly orange. Yeah, it's all orange. But this is pretty cool setup. I've got a door there as well with a bit of a magnet on there, which is great. Egg cartons to keep down the noise, of course. So this here is the last thing on my list. These are fan-powered RC cars. They're more like trolleys because they've got these squiggly wheels on the bottom. They're pretty fun. I've been experimenting with them, though they do sort of spin out too easily. This one's got 2 sort of skid steer and this one's got rudders. It's the exact same as the airboats that I designed a while ago, but on wheels, and they're pretty fun. And this is definitely the cheapest thing you can do in the remote control hobby to have some fun. You can download these files on Thingiverse if you want to do that. But that's just something I've been working on. Alright guys, thanks for watching this awesome Ultra RC video. Remember, there's going to be videos about all these projects later, so make sure you subscribe and notifications so you don't miss them. If you want me to hurry up with one of these projects and make a video on it, comment down below. I'm interested to hear what you think is the most awesome, and thumbs up, and I'll see you around later.